Welcome back to ESL Pro League, ladies and gentlemen. We are strapped in for our final matchup of the night as we'll be delving into the second map between Big and their opponents in G2, Ben. G2 falling under the pressure. They did not look like they had anything going for them going into the second half of that matchup and crumbled to bits.
Yeah, it was a very one-sided affair. Big looking like the much better team, proving the odds right, I suppose. Although the odds were a bit more centered than we expected, I suppose, to some extent.
It's true, and that almost comes down to the calling from God B. If Existence would have had that level of calling, maybe he could have stepped it up. And I think there is a way he can try and adapt going into the second map, Ben, and that would be with the power of Vodafone. That's what he'll need, a new contract to support not only his mobile, but also his in-game strategy. Will he have that though, Ben?
I'm not too sure, really. It depends on how, how willing are they to try and get into this game, right? They look so defeated at the end, G2. And you could tell, but the last round we saw in the, of the game, it was just a B rush, and they were just running through them all, so it was just like, just get it over with.
Yeah.
Honestly, just get it over with. We don't feel like we can get back into this game.
Fully in Beal.
It's literally just got nothing left.
I've got nothing left.
It was just so bizarre. I've never seen a team actually be that defeated, at this level.
Yeah.
Right? It's so, normally they're all about the, drive. We want to win every game, but they looked completely out of it there.
It seemed like they were absolutely done, and at that point realised, let's just concede this one, move on into the second map, and try and step things back up. So what can you tell me about this next matchup, our final map of this week of Pro League?
Yeah, so it is Cash. They did play before, as I mentioned. That was an overtime game. So if we were to consider how the games went as before, Dust 2 it was 16-1 to Big. It ended 16-6 just then. Cash it was 19-17 in the previous matchup. Perhaps a closer map, or a bit more of an even one, perhaps.
It could be, but only time will tell. We are going to be delving into it as we dip our toes into the last map now. G2 versus Big, Ben. How's it going to go down? Big on the CT side, G2 going to be starting off the T side. A very aggressive burst out through middle. Tizian gets contact, tries to peel back, and should be overwhelmed, but he's got support of Nex. And God B as well, converging in. All of the damage done towards mid here, but they've swarmed out of the A site. Nex stays alive for far too long there. Tabson still on the site. This has been quite a messy one.
It's very scrappy across the board, really. G2 not able to get the kills they need. Shox with 2, Kenny, he's having to fight God B, but Smuya not there with him, and Shox gets the dink as well. It's got to be their pistol round. A much better start at the very least, however, still still crappy, a bit scrappy as well.
There you go. Well, strong feelings on that round, Ben. My God.
Very, very.
Wow. Well, G2, they do pick up that first round. Or the shakes there from Shox.
Yeah. He was a bit of a weird one last map, wasn't he? He was actually the top fragger for G2. But it wasn't exactly, he wasn't exactly making that show, was he? He was getting some kills here and there, rounds that he had to save them from, and he had so many opportunities to get even more. It was just kind of disappointing overall because we had expected a lot more. We want to see him back to that level of playing. And we're back to those rounds where Smuya buys himself and nobody else does.
I don't get it. I don't know. It can't be a call. At least God B could drop him the AK, but I mean, they're nowhere near each other, so that's not really going to work. And can he do anything here? Going to go for the aggressive face. Ooh.
Spams it a bit too much there.
Yeah. Overzealous. All right. I mean, if he grabs that gun and just scurries away, he might be all right.
Does a bit of damage to God B at the very least. Oh, not God B, sorry, Body. God B on the other hand grabbing the AK. But Kenny S stops that right in his tracks. So they lose 2 players on the side of G2. Big obviously going to be banging into it. God B dropping the AWP to Smuya, I believe, and Smuya will drop him whatever weapon he wants in return. Apparently it might be a CZ based on what he's bought there. He's thrown a CZ across this God B. And that'll be it, apparently. So God B literally taking it on the chin, apparently.
See, that's what I mean. This is why I'm confused about the round.
It makes it look like it's meant to happen, doesn't it?
It does, because it's almost like he's going, okay, you invest in this round, give me a CZ for the first round. But surely you just prefer having a rifle in God B.
Having 2 people with, a medium buy compared to one person having a really good buy and one person with a terrible one.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it started off okay for them. Smuya did get that opening kill, but Smith was there to trade it. And otherwise, there's been a lot of damage exchanged from both Tabson and Shox. Ooh. Existence. God B picked up the orb, but Existence was ready for that. In a good position to take this third round, RG2. Especially when Tabson gets laid out by Existence further. Just Nex alive, it should be good for a save. So G2 starting off quite strongly here. You know, there wasn't much of a break in terms of, you know, resetting, but I suppose all 5 players have played countless amounts of maps of CS. They know we need to reset. You don't need someone to tell you that. So by looks things, it's, you know, looking good for them.
Not looking bad by any means here. And this should go in their favour, as there is no chance that Nex can really do anything into this one. Obviously just saving it, holding onto the armour, the M4 and the smoke there. So G2 going to back off and keep all those weapons at the very least. They don't want to go down to the bomb blast or be hunted, but Nex can't really go for any aggressive faces. So 3 rounds now picked up for G2 on the trot, which is a good start. For Big, it does leave a couple of question marks. Obviously, is that down to the buy they're going for with the whole Smooya situation? You leave yourself slightly unarmed. In the time it took Godby to actually recover that AWP as well, Tizian was taken down the site because he had no one trying to cover him. If he just had a weapon in his hands, could have been different.
Potentially. But Big, they're having to go for that little half buy. They keep Nex on his M4. Existence starting off strong again with an entry kill right there. G2 seeming a lot more alert for this one. Landing the shots that are needed. Next with the gun still alive though. Gets a kill on Kenny and he knows what the other player is in A main as well. Possibly going to try and force the issue. I think he'll have heard Shock's move, but doesn't seem to know it. G2, they know B will probably be clear. Trio entering. Smooya's got some big hopes in regards to looking at this smoke. You'd have to spam it just as they cross.
Ooh.
Or run in. Run in seems to be the call. Smoke's fading, in fact. The bomb falls into CT. Unfortunately, Nex not there to try and help cover it, because that would have been quite a big play. Bomb on site now. The only cover is actually for the run in towards headshot, and Smooya takes him out. There's only one player on the site.
Oh, Smooya gets the first shot off. What are you going to respond back with the MP5? Smooya is very low. It's the 1-on-2 here.
Yeah, they have no idea where Shox is actually coming from. The flash comes in from CT. Smooya now knows, but Body saving the day, I'd say, because Nex actually had a smoke as well on his body. So if they kill Body on site, they smoke the bomb, somebody sticks it, Shox will be too far away to actually recover. Not a particularly clean round by any means. The double up comes through from Big. Some nice nade damage to begin the round. Going both ways, Body being put up on the boost. He actually blocks the mortar, but it still goes down. Tizian keeping his defensive side strong, carrying on from Dust 2. Smooya even goes further, gets another one. So already a 3v5 this round. Big looking a lot more proactive.
Big should be able to pick this one up. I mean, they've got the massive advantage into the round, but Smiths gets that kill on Tizian. Oh, Tabson as well. Misses that shot towards mid. Luckily was given a chance to re-aggress and find it, as he will take down Existence. So it's a 2 versus 4 into the round. Smith's going to be pushing his way up.
Tabson should be covering towards this angle, which he is, from an unorthodox one as well, on top of the actual red.
Very exposed, and he's lucky they're both towards mid.
Very fortunate. And Big have made the call to actually go 3 towards B here as well. They'll drop into checkers. Got B, he's got the smoke ready. He's got smoke towards B main. Smooya misses the shot. So there's no smoke on the side of G2, only flashes.
That was a lovely nade though from Godby. Smooya, blind as well. Survives on 1 HP, goes back for the face with 1 singular hit point. Kenny S gonna get the flick up.
Flash hits him.
Kills Godby. Oh, the push comes through. The no-scope, Ben. Oh. Kenny At least taking people down with him.
They didn't get the second AWP either. Tabson tries to throw it across to him. So they're going to have to reinvest into that if they do want it.
Don't really have the funds.
Yeah, that was still a costly round for Big. Smooya did not need to jump across, you know, jump around that corner into him.
You've got 1 HP, just save, just chill.
Just stay alive, everybody else is going to deal with them. Silly death.
Silly boy.
Silly boy. That's true.
And look at him now, reflected there in the buy as well. So Tabson, he gets that AWP. Smooya gets the MP9. Oh, you can't help but feel like that should have done more. That's unlucky.
It's kind of like punishment, I suppose.
Take the MP9.
Yeah. It's your fault you lost that weapon. This is punishment.
Let this be a lesson to you.
And I'm not sure if you'll learn from that. Shock's creeping his way towards B. Smooya, the player under vent. They've heard that though. Trade should be there, not even needed. Smiths gets the kill himself. Got B alone on the site. Needs to come up big here. They don't actually expect another player on the site. Smiths, back turned. Very unusual. And they've given enough time for the big teams to rotate in. They've got 2 players at headshot. If Existence lines up the spray, he does so much damage, but only gets 1 kill. That could have even been better. You can tell they've said he did drop. So they know there's a player towards site. He did hear a player drop as well. He has a single flashbang to use in this situation. The question is, how does he play it? Godby's covering the event side. Tabson to check his entrance. Doesn't actually check the left, even though they must have said you definitely heard somebody see the left, but I guess not. Another round for Big. A costly one still, though. G2 could go for a buy, but it would, I was going to say it wouldn't be a fantastic one by any means. 2 AKs in. The thing is, they know if we win a round, Big will not have money. It looks like it might be a door burst that will come through. Very simple door burst. Shock's the only one in main. He'll smoke towards high and imagine flash it. They've got to hope that they land it to get both players playing that site. They actually do it off the smoke rather than the flash. Straight in. Love to see that, actually. That's different.
Ooh. It's just 1 man remaining now. Godby, you know, 1 versus 2. As he'll push his way up. Spam comes back around. Gonna chuck the flash out, try and go for the aggressive play. Takes down Body, looks for a little bit more into the round. Still swing back around and focus towards the A site, but Shocks is there. That's the bomb as well. Gonna dash a molly on him.
Through it.
Charges out. Godby gets that headshot.
I think it does mean he won't get the AWP though. But if you're G2, you're thinking the money is still low. We should probably try and chase it even further. The question is, will they though? After a while, it gets a bit tedious. You start thinking, you know, surely at some point they're going to start saving more money, and that looks to be the case now. They're not going to bother. It's very unfortunate for them. If they knew Vega only have $500 in their highest value player, I suppose, they would most definitely go for the Force. The B burst is going to come in. The jump, double run boost coming in. Unfortunately, nobody there to see it on the CT side. Smooya, that's the bomb already. Huge grenade there. Should be a slaughter. Very easy run for Big. So that's all tied up. And that works really well for Big as a round of just building economy. So G2 go for a tactical pause. They could have used that round as a pause in some way. You know, they say here's the existence pause, isn't it? Where everybody stays in spawn basically. It's volume 0. Just talk everything out. But instead they opt to use one of the 4. So when you consider G2 got off to a pretty solid start, was 4-0. Back now to 4-4. They will have talked through what they want to do this round.
So we are back into it. Round 9. It's tied up 4-4. Who will begin to take the advantage here and edge out in the mid portion of the first half. It's very standard default so far from G2, not really getting over aggressive. Shox just playing by close door. CT's quite heavy here towards mid.
That's a lot of damage. I was going to say Existence holds that spray, especially after getting dinked as well. Thankfully, Smiths gets that trade though.
So we're seeing a pattern form here with Godby as well, like we are in Dust 2. He likes playing that close left angle, and you can see teams are aware of that as well.
Yeah, but it's all well and good being knowledgeable of it as a possibility, but it's very hard to, you know, act on it.
Yeah.
Right? Same with the long doors. You have to swing so wide to get around to it that he might have coverage from other players. Same goes for the mid peak there. If Existence were to try and run out, he would be shot from highway. So kind of abusing those spots where he knows his team can back him up. If they don't, you know, who knows?
Angles that to peak, you really have to expose yourself.
Yeah. G2 though, 25 seconds. The call is going to be made to go towards this A site. There's no smokes available to them, only flashbangs. They need to win every single firefight here. There's only 15 seconds. They need to get onto the site.
Ooh. Kenny going to find that kill. Takes down Smooth, but on the site, taps him with one. However, he was completely blind and dazed and confused. The bomb has to go down now, though. As time is ticking away. Both on the close left, Kenny S. Misses that shot, Ben. He's on 1 HP, but luckily, Shoxy comes diving through. Gets the initial kill, and the follow-up frag as well. Kenny, lucky to survive there.
Very fortunate, and G2, I feel very fortunate to win that round. You know, they had no smoke for that, you know, push. The player at highway probably should have done a bit better. Like, if he stops them pushing towards that site, it changes everything, right? I imagine tactical gone big, yeah. They need to talk about the buy because the money was not great across the whole board. And if the money's not great, usually that means they need to do something specific with, like, whether it spawns or with the weapons itself. You can see a few M4s being bought across the board, though. Thing is, you're quite limited in terms of what you can do out of the balls as CT on this map. So you can go for the triple B push. You can go for the mid boost, perhaps. You've got Shroud as well. But ultimately, you know, you're going to probably run into a terrorist-like player if you go for any of those, right? So you can see 4 rifles in play. No Molotov from Big, though. Big, well, Next could have gone for that himself, however, he decided to keep $1,000 in the bank for interest, I imagine.
He's put it into a right to buy ISA, Ben. He's looking for his first house.
There we go, the Shroud boost being used. It was going to be one of those 3. So that basically allows them to potentially just leave Smuya on that site if they really wanted to try and risk it. G2, if Godby's risking this call, he'll be trying to pull some players over because he wasn't even playing in the site there. He was playing CT. You can see Tizian had to move across. But Big are so willing to risk that. If it's B, they're just like, okay, we've got 2 players there. If you guys do the job, we could retake it. If you don't, we'll save. And it's an awkward one to play against because you don't really know. You know, you can't really expect the usual rotations out of this side. Well, after a while, they do try and go for some info. Body gets the contact on it. But it's been long enough now. They're willing to leave Smuya and Nex on that site. Tabson rotated across. However, coming up highway, that means you're able to see the boost. But that smoke came in at a perfect time. They get the kill on Smiths, and it means there's essentially a wall for them to push through.
Ooh. Body with that headshot on Nex. Really not giving Big a chance into this round as they're going to start to be mown down. Body will get that kill on Tabson. It's just up to Godby now in a 1 versus 4. Will peek his way out, gets the headshot onto Existence. We'll begin to dip out there.
So in terms of time used, I guess, G2, they're willing to leave it down to that last 30 seconds by looks of things. Which is such a risky one across the board, right? We saw Windigo suffer the consequences of doing that. FaZe yesterday were doing the same. However, they didn't suffer it quite as much. God B, though, he's getting pushed here. Body not quite as aggressive on that check for the angle. But Shox and Kenny are both coming this fast way around. The fact that God B stayed in the same corner, Shox gets the kill, so they don't get any gun into this next round. Big needs to eco here. G2 looking a lot more composed. I suppose the CT side might be the issue for them. I guess, you know, having Existence be able to call on that T side, he's able to dictate a lot more compared to that CT. Because even Dust 2 is the same, right? You know, they were getting back into it a bit, but it was just that such a big mountain to climb. This is a classic eco strat there. You send 4 players towards highway and then have a single flash and just fully wide swing. However, a bit difficult if the players are fully out towards vent and such. Next last player alive has a deagle. Gets the second kill there. So ultimately, you've got to make sure he just doesn't get to the gun. Kenny S does that. 7 rounds for G2. It's not even like they've got a player performing poorly now. Kind of recognizing these are separate best of ones, technically. It is not a best of 2.
No. That's why it's worth these teams knowing that mentally, you lose the first map, even if it's a hard loss, take it as a best of 1. Remember, it's a completely different series, really. They're just played back to back.
So Big actually go for another eco, but they go for the half buy to some extent, right? They get some pistols in, some armor, which is something we've seen from them quite a lot. They actually really love going for the full utility, don't they? Tabson goes for the push. He did hear Shox, though, to the left-hand side there, I think. You can see next, he's lining up the flash in case they do want it, but you can see, been told no. But G2, they're going for the classic, just go towards A with eco, blow everything out, flash it. It's a good choice, especially when you land the shots.
Yeah, very nicely played. I mean, they've been able to open up the site, Ben. They're finding all the kills. Everyone's falling to pieces. The last remaining players are Smooya and God B. They're going to be pepper sprayed towards mid. They do get 1 kill. The cheeky nade rolled out by God B to eliminate Body, but it's all up to Smooya now.
Smooya's hoping he can get the AK through the vent.
Ooh, will he be able to?
I don't think it's gone far enough.
Oh, actually, no. He's going to go for the classic Smooya play. He'll hold the vent here with the knife. If someone comes through the vent, he'll try backstab them. We saw this happen yesterday. There's no reason for this to happen again.
Especially as he will never have the AK, will he?
No.
So there's no need for them to hunt, really. He'll wait there quite long, but ultimately nobody will go that way.
Kenny paranoid about the vent. Oh. Oh no.
Sure didn't.
No.
G2 though, 8-4. It was 4-0, got down to 4-4. And since then they've commanded themselves back into this lead. 4 AKs with an AWP in play. They've got a lot of money as well, G2. Kenny S, more something towards highway, to the box. Going towards that peak. There's 2 fast Molotovs out there. Tabson, he's been spammed so much, but he still gets the kill on Kenny. He's done quite well to just get a single kill there. Next trades it even further. You can see Shox trying to run through the door. Beautiful flashbang there too.
Yeah, well executed, Ben, and they're popping them down now. So it is only Body and Shox that remain into the round. Going to try and get the aggression as they slide out. Smooya finds the double pick with the AWP, and that is very, very nicely played. So Big will pick up that round. Only 1 casualty into it, and they needed to get some momentum because at this point G2 are dominating. They're winning the half. It's an 8-5 scoreline as we get into round 14. 2 more rounds in this half, Ben, to see who will actually waltz away with the lead. If G2 can carry on playing the style they have been, I wouldn't be surprised if we did potentially see a 10-5 half it.
Especially with the money as fragile as it is on that CT side. So G2 plans to get the run boost across towards that toxic barrel area. And he actually gets across without Smooya seeing him at all.
That was very nicely
Kenny
executed.
Hits him in the foot. So they'll know there's a player low, but Kenny's got to be thinking, I should have killed him.
Yeah. It's a shame because Smooya would have literally been so confused about how he'd even died there. Very well executed run boost though.
Yeah, so ultimately the B players fought big. 8 HP, 60 HP. It's not looking great for them. And you can tell that with the way that Tizian's having to play here, he's moved much deeper, not even chancing mid-control. Shox gets caught by Nex. Fortunate situation, really. That left-hand peek when you are holding that angle. Smiths will hear a player pushing through door. You got to be telling Existence it's happening. Existence gets the kill. Unfortunately, Smiths, an unneeded play, I feel.
Bit excessive. I mean, you brought it back into a 4-on-4. You could have slowed it down a little bit.
Yeah, very unneeded.
Ooh, did Nex see his arm?
Yeah, he did. Kenny going for the peek, he saw him as well. But does he commit through the fight? He does. He's burning him.
Oh, he's going to die.
Lives, but there's no support available until a bit too late.
These trades have been so weird, but we now fall into a 2-on-2.
We're back with the 2 players that got tagged early on for Big, is the thing.
Okay. Smooya, at least when he was tagged down, he had the AWP in his hands. Still has the AWP, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Godby rotates off to support Smooya and play towards the A site in case it was an A play. However, they are taking B site, but Smooya's coming through the vent. Timing is everything here. Godby with a Molotov. They need to get that plant down soon. Smooya's done for. They have to plant.
The back. That's really well played by Existence, and the cover is there from Body, but it doesn't get the kill.
1-on-1, Ben. Existence is on 35 HP. Godby has 12 bullets, 6 left. He finds it. Gets the kill. Godby pulls it off. Gonna go save that AWP as well for Puppy Smoo.
Does grab it. It's a really tough round to lose, I feel, for G2. Because if you think about how the plays occurred on the map, right? If Smiths hadn't pushed through that smoke, that would have played out completely differently, I feel. You potentially have a man up, because he would have actually gone, held that push, Nex would have pushed into him, probably gets the kill there. But Big, they get 2 AWPs on now. Tabson and Smooya both having 1 each. And finally, Godby goes for the AUG.
I was waiting when we'd see it.
Oh, no, stolen it.
Oh?
Maybe, no. It is back to Godby.
There we go.
I was going to say, I don't think that's a Tizian weapon.
Definitely not. Oh, Nex is burning to death.
He's stuck in between 2 different Molotovs, and there's only a limited area he can go. Stuck behind that smoke as well. It's a very nice mid-take that G2 have for this map. And Existence. He's taking a lot of fights. The confidence is still there, even though he lost that 1v1. And Tabson, he's known now on the map. However, they might be thinking that might be Smooya, right? Because they don't know there's 2 AWPs.
Yeah, if you've seen the AWP, you might be assuming that's Smooya. I haven't got contact yet that the second AWPer is still towards the B site. Godby, the zoomer, will make his move, Ben.
Morton's the vents by Smooya there. Godby, he's trying to get the info. However, if he goes for a push... Oh, that was such a bad timing for Existence. He pulls away just as it happens. Molotov comes through. Existence does have a smoke, but he actually goes to the fight instead and gets it. I mean, it gets traded, but D-side is fine.
Looking like Source Existence right now, Ben.
Oh, Tabson.
Oh,
Shox
no.
has seen him, but he only has a CZ. He can't do anything about it.
Tried to go for the fake flash. Oh, the CZ
so
spam.
Awkward. He's picked up the AUG.
Oh, he's AUG'd him. As he finds the uppercut with a weapon, and it's left on Smooya, a 1 versus 2. Nade's going to be coming through, goes for the peek. Molotov's left on 3 HP, Ben. Oh, 1 shot from Kenny S is all this requires.
He's on the light. That was an unexpected one.
Yeah, wasn't ready for that, was he?
Yeah, I was thinking he's on the left. I was looking at the map. Yeah, he's on the left.
He's not there.
He's on the light.
Yeah.
9-6 though, G2. You can see the confidence is back though. Existence leading by example as well. He's got like 16 kills, I think. Doing really, really well. It's
always good to see Existence actually perform well as well. Because
we know like,
the history of what he used to be able to get up to. It's good to see him back on top, actually popping off into rounds, because he was a big fragger, even when he was in game lead in the days of Source.
Yeah, he was more than capable. Especially with an AWP, actually. That was one of the weird things about it as well.
Especially on Nuke.
Through the floor. Yeah, so Big, you got to say that they are more favoured on the T side, right? Both of these teams appear to be. But then the question still gets asked for G2. Is the CT side similar to that of Dust 2? Because it was pretty horrific there. They could do with a pistol, I feel, just to get the momentum rolling. So Let's see, God being Tizzy, and again the 2 players. But G2 have got 3 players with kits. What is going on? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm really confused.
It's not even like they've got different equipment.
At most by 2 kits.
I'd understand if you had some like smokes or HEs on some of them.
Yeah, if there was some kind of wild strategy as for why.
This doesn't make any sense anywhere, I feel. You're just hampering your ability to win this round.
Did they not call who was buying the kit?
I don't know.
Because Kenny S has got a kit. Shox has got a kit.
There's so many flashes being thrown from the CT side.
Too many kits.
Apparently. And they're just going to lose these firefights though, unless they're on the instant headshot, which they're not. I mean, existences, and he knew it sliced them.
All right, Big Kev.
Ooh.
Big Kev! My goodness.
Right.
Oh, Big Kev.
He covered by body. Is this still winnable somehow?
How are they winning this round?
How?
They're going to win this. I don't understand. Is this the new meta? I don't know what's going on, Ben.
There's no reasonable explanation to this, I feel.
Well, it's a 1 versus 1.
Oh, thank God the next one that.
Yeah.
Because I would not like to see people thinking they did this because of this.
Yeah.
No.
The triple kit buy.
That's just not a thing.
Too many kits will spoil the round.
Literally. Imagine if 2 like Kenny S and Shox had armor. Like, Existence is so used to it though. He's ready to land the 1-shots. Those 2, they don't have armor.
That was rough. That was weird.
That was odd. I don't get it. I really don't.
I can only assume
they strat based on spawns, and they all had the similar spawns. They all went, I'm doing it.
Yeah, I'll buy the kit. Oh.
Times 3.
Yeah.
Sack for a blur. Literally. They have no idea.
And then Big said, "C'est la vie."
Existence does have a single flash for this. He's at the truck waiting for the push. Flash will come through. Here comes the charge. In fact, the charge gets held back.
Oh. Cobb B with the Mac 10, going to be able to overthrow Existence very easily. Kenny S should go down. Because of that weird pistol round as well, they do pretty much cost themselves this and get left into this awkward position. They'll now finally have cash to rebuy, but if they lose this round, Big will not only equalise the scoreline, but most likely overtake, and that's a bit worrying. All of them going to be rocking the M4. Kenny S going to go for the A1. Utility is very low.
Yeah, it's not really there on their side. Kenny S using the M4ONS.
I know.
I didn't actually know he was M4ONS, but it's just because he has the AWP so often, typically. Body's so low, though. He got hit by the AK twice, and then the grenade, and Shox. Smoothie making another solo play. Quite an unusual one. But God B, I mentioned how body was so low. Grenaded out of the A site. Big are very willing to allow Tabson to just go for this solo adventure towards mid, looks things. However, G2, they're nobody playing mid to begin with. Although the double take might come in now. Shox is getting ready to flash it for Kenny. It's going to make a lot of noise though. Barely goes around the corners to begin with either. Awkward one. So they'll check it, they won't see anything, but a smoke will come in towards Z. The end call appears to be A. It all depends on if the A players allow themselves to be hit inside by Tabson. Because as a take comes in, you do find yourself a bit flustered at times. Tabson's already made his presence known though.
Ooh. Smiths trying to bounce back and forth and land some shots. We'll get the double kill, but Tabson will trade it to 1v1. Shox as the AK in his hands. Tabson, if he hits one bullet into the noggin of Shox, he can win the round. However, he cannot be tapped once, and he will go down. Shox will get the kills. The G2 bring themselves to a 10th.
Bit interesting that Tabson would try and go for that plant for main, I guess. That's bold. But G2 get the first buy-in. Big, of course, will chase the economy. You can see Smooya has an AWP. Next an AK. God B with an AK. Tabson with the Galil. So still no AWP on the side of G2. In fact, you could argue the buy is worse this round than the previous. And Smooya's got that confidence with him right now. Being so aggressive. Existence making noise towards the vent. If Kenny S is about to flash it, they might catch a few players here. Flash comes in, but Smooya not phased by it apparently.
Ooh. Existence able to get away as well. KNES gonna...
grabs an AK.
Yeah, grab the AK.
That's the bomb, though. There needs to be a quick rotate here, I feel. There's only 1:10 left as well. There's a lot of time to play with if you're big. Which I think is why Body is not actually moving if he can move. Kenny, they're so low on the T side.
Kenny's playing it very well here as well.
You can hear them on the box, which is why that spam comes in. And Gobby is so low as well. But he stays alive for so long. How's he still alive? That's such a weird round as well. Like, Existence getting flashed out the vent. Smear was not blind by any means. Yet somehow they still get the kill. Existence lives for so long. Kenny switches gun for some reason. Just starts shooting his USB at them.
Where did you get that AK from?
Shox had it. Okay. So he had an M4E4, so he's like, I don't feel comfortable with this.
I was really confused because I was just like, USP? AK?
Yeah, it's a very weird one. Big go for a full eco here as well, and that Molotov has missed just on the floor. Existence currently top fragging for G2. Something I always thought was if the IGL is top fragging, it typically means you will not be able to win, but I think all the G2 players are slowly behind him now. He's actually, I was going to say, he's actually dinked Smiths there. And Smiths loses that fight. A bit awkward.
Yeah, Smith just went for it. Body. He might be overrun here on the site. Actually, they're kind of giving him the advantage now.
Yeah, no real backup. Not trying to take advantage of him being overrun, like you were saying. Instead, they just...
They give him the ace, Ben. That's what they do.
I guess so. Yeah, that's a bit of a weird one.
Flashbang in for his teammate. KNES doesn't need it. He's already killed him. Yeah, that was weird. I mean, you started to swarm.
Normally, you get swarmed in that situation from left and right.
That's the correct plays. Those two players he's then focusing on. Yeah. Someone flanks him from behind. He dies. They get the gun. You've got sight. Instead they just sat there. Yeah. I'll stay door. I'll stay main. You two die. We lose. Good.
Yeah, that was a odd one. Very odd one. And Big go straight back into the spy. They have no AWP again. Full AKs. And a nice little Christmas tree out of the grenades they have.
Oh, it's back. Oh, it's gone.
Oh, it's gone. It's a bit of a shame.
G2 kind of have a Christmas tree when it's when it's got the netting on it still.
The netting?
Yeah.
What do you mean by netting?
You know when you buy a tree and it's got the netting on it so the branches stay in, and then you take it out and all the branches pop out?
I'm not too sure.
You not bought a tree before?
Apparently not. But Big are in control of this round. If they just made that jump onto site, Shoxy probably would have got the kill and made it 2v2. Instead, it doesn't happen, and Shoxy... Oh, he's been seen! Kenny probably needs to save here. As much as he might believe he can probably win it, he will pull back, though. I really have no idea what you mean by the tree.
So, when you buy Christmas trees, Ben, from, like, say, a home base, other brands of course, shop are available, of course. You go in there and you can buy a tree and you'd be like, I want that one. So what they then do is they have this big like drum barrel with a hole in the middle that has netting wrapped around it, and they push the tree through and the netting wraps it and like crunches all the branches in so it stays like streamlined.
So that's with a real tree though.
Yeah, and it's easier to navigate.
And we've always had an artificial one.
See, that's the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be why I've literally never heard of that either.
Never had a tree bag before.
Apparently not, yeah.
Yeah. They cost 10p, much like normal bags.
Really?
No.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did, though, to be fair.
You want a tree bag, do you, mate? That's 10p, yeah.
Just in case you don't want some branches
you can bring it back, though. It's reusable next year.
So G2, they actually force into this. Double AWP coming in, though. So KNES saving his. Shox buys in as well. 2 MP9s, Body and Smith, and Existence with the M4. So the nade in, bit of a weird one. I guess if there was a push, that would have halted them or done some damage.
Did some damage to the floor as well. Have to hire a plasterer to fix that.
That's just... hate to see that.
About 60 quid on that one, I reckon, mate. Gonna order in some new parts as well.
So you got the 2 AWPs in play there. KNES towards B. Shox towards A. G2 are playing fully at mid as well. With that triple combo of the players who've got slightly weaker weapons. It's going to be a full A execute is the thing here. Shox trying to reposition, but little does he know he's going to be overwhelmed very soon unless he destroys everybody in his path.
Ooh, Body gets the first with the MP9, eliminates Tabson. Next is going to trade it back, but things are getting a little bit awkward now as the push will start to come through. Shox forced to retreat. Ben, looks like they might actually
Oh, that's a shot and a half by God B.
If he loses that, which he did, this is where they might decide on conceding it. Because it's a 2 versus 3 retake. They're not in a great position. I mean, Kenny S has just literally scoped into the site, hoping to see someone. That's got to be the save.
Ooh, bit of an awkward jump away there.
Yeah, the old panic jump.
Does grab the gun though. So the AWP's being saved. It starts to bait you into buying around them, I feel. Especially when there's 2.
Yeah, because you feel like, all right, we've got the
That's
2...
good firepower.
Yeah, we've got the 2 big guns. Let's buy up around it. Let's get ourselves into a position. But the cash is going to be pretty awkward. Awkward?
Awkward.
Going to be pretty awkward.
Especially if Kenny falls there. Held that angle for a bit too long there. So only Existence will keep an AWP into the next one.
Oh, 2K.
Yeah, that'll guarantee you don't buy into it, I feel.
Yeah. Save that.
So Existence and Body, the 2 players top the scoreboard on that side. With Gob B on the other side. Both the IGLs. Doing really well right now.
Vodafone coming in hot there for this one, Ben.
Yeah, the plug has helped them both.
The calling is looking good. Fantastic reception.
So the mall source towards highway as well. Kenny kind of stacked towards highway. You can see the boost coming in at Sandbag is a bit of a wild one.
Ooh.
Trying to get involved with it as much as he can.
Speedy S.
Ooh. Very fortunate that Tabson blinded himself there.
Kenny going to be brought down to 74 rather, is he? Has to try and scurry back. Tabson will aggress, but Kenny lands the flick. Now this round's doable.
Yeah. Especially if Body gets a good move on here. Remember to get a look, but he's going to be hearing them in vents. He's heard them drop out the vents. They know it's B. Or they should know.
Oh,
Body's looking for that
behind
exit
them
kill.
all.
This is a really awkward one. Shox is pushed out too. Unfortunately, Smooth are ready for it, but Tizian wasn't ready for that. This is still winnable. It's a 2v2.
Yeah, this could really go either way at this point. I mean, Kenny S pushing up. Fires off that warning shot. The bomb is going to go down. It's a 2-on-2. Body is low. Kenny S with 74. Fires off constantly, just hoping to get these connections out. Spots out the head, but misses it on the disconnect. And Body now arrives, however, sidelined. And Kenny, if he's going to go for it, it's going to be a very risky play. It could just be worth backing off at this point. Instead, Ben, overzealous, sticks his nose in. Curiosity killed the cat, but Smooya killed Kenny S.
The rat killed the cat.
God, imagine that. It'd be quite a rat, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, it depends. Maybe it might not have been a fully grown cat.
Yeah.
To be fair.
The rat killed the kitten. Substantial.
That just sounds sad.
Substantial rat. That's in the Daily Mail, probably.
Yeah.
Substantially sized rat kills kitten.
Could be. It's a big go for a tactical pause. 11 to 12. It was a bit of a weird round, though. They were just giving Kenny a chance into the round where they really...
Yeah.
He was getting kills, which he probably shouldn't be allowed to try and get. But Big, they're still not even... You know, they're still not even tied up yet.
No.
G2, they should have a buy coming in here as well. The question is, how good a buy is it? I imagine Kenny's going to have an AWP anyway. He's had some kills to back that up. The AWP is there for him. Smiths goes for an M4 as well. Not much utility. And this is a heavy B play. Kenny's going towards B. He does have some backup with him, but I think he needs to land a minimum 2 shots here for the stand chance.
Delves straight into it. Fires off, but the flashbang will keep him in bay. Ooh, Shox goes 1 for 1 on the trade. Kenny S falls back towards the side, but he's missing the connections. Ben, they're putting him into a box. And the packaging foam is not helping him, as he should go down here on the aggression. Tizian going to slay him with the AK, and things are falling to bits. Ooh.
However, it's still only a 3v2 though. No kit available is the issue.
They're both trapped on site.
Yeah, both big players not really putting themselves in a good position. But that nade was fantastic.
That wasn't, however.
This bomb
Tizian,
is still not planted.
trapped in the 1 versus 3. I mean, you're stuck on site.
They finally know where he is though. They didn't have an inkling quite yet. But they do now. It's an awkward round being played out here. Existence needs to get himself moving. He lands the shot. He's been crisp so far.
Big Kev.
Showing up when needed.
I know. Showing up on a server today. This is what we needed to see from the main man himself. Not only the brains of the operation, but proving he's still got some firepower left in that spiky hair of his.
The amazing spiky hair, to be fair.
He does look a little bit like Goku.
Yeah. You should see him when he's angry as well. It really is like he's going Super Saiyan.
Full Super Saiyan. Didn't they do that? What frag movie was that? Where they?
I'm not too sure.
That did happen.
I'm pretty sure it did happen.
Yeah. I just remember him owning someone with a TMP and looking like he's going Super Saiyan. And then when he had his jersey on.
Oh, and it changed.
Yeah.
They fade it into the other
they
one.
phase it into his other jersey. When he joins Very Games.
A different time, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was the golden era. The existence era.
13-11 though, G2. Big do go for the buy. It looks like it's going to be B again, and Kenny S. I said he needs to get 2 last time. This might be an execute though, not a rush this time. You can see a lot slower.
The little jump for his scope, it tickled me.
Smoke comes in, as well as the Molotov, the regular one comes through. So Existence not willing to try and bait the idea that he's playing close. Shocks though, taking the fight and he wins it. That's going to be a lot of disruption, especially if he stays alive very long.
Ooh, he dropped the smoke though. Kenny misses the shot, luckily gets the follow-up, that's the bomb down, but does he realize the player is in close? Kenny!
Here we go.
Oh! Gets the flick down as well, Ben, and it's all up to Smooya. 1 versus 3, makes it the 1-on-2. Smooya, can he try and salvage himself out of this situation with the AK? No. He's going to be annihilated, taken down by a body. Body starts looking for the AWP. He's what? Oh,
it was right there.
It was on the edge.
Yeah,
it was on the edge, Ben.
The nice Asimov.
Yeah, he didn't see it.
14-11 though, big. You see the money on their side. I've got to be thinking you go for either a half buy to play for the overtime, or you force him to try and chase it. It looks like there's just going to be some deagles in play on a Pizza 50 and Tizian. That's an interesting one.
Where's that gone? Is that
On
landed?
boost, yeah.
Oh.
That is an interesting one.
It's a good throw.
I do love the variations that people have come up with
Yeah.
when it comes to actually mauling someone or somewhere.
Did you see that post about Forsaken that was like unparalleled utility usage when they got signed for Optic India?
Yeah.
Funny, isn't it? He's sick at throwing HEs. It's like he knows where they are.
It's like it. Smith's taking down by Tabson there. This nade should be quite good though.
That's
like he knows where he
nade.
is.
I know. Sign him to Optic India, Ben. That was beautiful.
His body's moved up towards that E-box, but Smooth's walking out. They do not know at all until it's too late. Smooth gets that kill, and the swarm comes in.
Oh, Kenny. Kenny with a triple. Easy spray down. Nade going to be rolled out as well. Ooh, it barely does that much damage to Smooth. Just a small sliver of HP sliced off him.
Into.
Yeah, this is risky. Going to go down there as
He got
Smooth
through
with
the wall
detection.
from door.
The backstab from Shocks.
The bomb is down in front of him though.
They have to run past. He was blind with the timing. It was a team flash, Ben.
And Tabson doesn't have armor. Shocks saves the day. Kenny S and Shocks combine for all 5 kills there. Big. They'll be coming into this last round with a bye, but Smoothie, if he wants an AWP, is going to have to be Glass Cannon.
Oh, Ben. This could be it. G2, they could be taking the victory here off Big. Both of these teams, they needed wins very badly.
Smoothie resorting to the AK. He's been doing pretty well with it, to be fair.
To be fair, that could allude to the fact they might try and go for something a little bit faster into the round. Possibly the 5 rifle setup, giving them that extra mobility they need. Mid could be the
Heavy
call.
mid take, but they're not. G2 aren't even playing it. Smiths, gave it up quite early. So they've used so much just to get that information. Sandbags was already Molotov. So if there was somebody, they'd double burn. So the mid control, completely achieved by Big. However, what can they do from it is the thing. Smooth did see a player towards the toxic barrels there. You can see G2, they're getting ready to actually take this. Flash comes in. Smooth ready for that though.
Ooh.
Second peak though, you don't expect that.
You don't expect
Existence
this.
and Kenny, combination.
Oh, Kenny.
Ooh,
Just kind of have the wall bang. Oh, he's bold, Ben. And body. And this elevated angle this entire time up on Shroud. No one's seen it, so no one knew it would happen. Dives down. Oh, there is a player over by the door. And it just comes down to Gobby and Tizian, but Gobby is gone. And Tizian has been taken out by Kenny S. G2 win the game. They overthrow Big there on the second map in the series. They will split it, walking away with 3 points each.
I think it's a fair assessment. G2 looked a lot better on Cash. Dust 2, it was despicable, really.
Yeah.
Whereas Cash, they looked really solid. Big, they couldn't quite get into it that second half, which is the side you normally think that's their better side. However, G2, 16-11. Some good performances from Existence and Kenny S towards the end as well.
It's crazy to see Existence actually playing to sort of his old school level of form as well. Very effective with the AK, good stuff with the M4 as well, being able to flick, getting himself into incredible positions. He had a monster of a game, really, in terms of how much he overall impacted it for the side of G2. The rest of the unit also stepping up. Kenny S with some nice flicks. Everyone sort of stepped up when they needed to, Ben. The unit finally came together and showed us the level of potential they do actually have.
I think it just shows the mental fortitude they've got, right? They know, or at least they've played enough Pro League that they know it's not just best of two, it's best of ones.
2 best of ones back to back.
If you fully reset, you can still get 3 points from this matchup. And we had that diabolical pistol round.
This was one that will be a little bit of a weird one.
I hope to never see that ever again.
Don't go buying the triple kit and
the same flashbangs in each player.
Yeah.
Not even a smoke here and there.
Just, I mean,
I don't get it.
6 flashes was what they went into.
They were all thrown on the A site as well. They just kept them just throwing them.
Within about the first 10 seconds, yeah, just throw the flashes. Very, very bizarre.
Very well played from them there. All in all, let's get back to it.
And we've got the results from the day here as we are wrapped up for this week. And let's just recap everything. Obviously, it was the double bill of Na'Vi. It's like a Emmerdale omnibus, Ben.
Hollyoaks on omnibus. I've seen that more often than not.
And Simple is a character.
You're not wrong, I guess, yeah.
Well, 16-9, 16-6 versus Heroic. Then when they faced off against Windigo, it was again a 16-8 and a 16-11. So a little bit longer affairs there in the second series of the day, but they still went on to grab 12 out of 12 points. So well played by Na'Vi. However, Big and G2, both of these sides need points, and they need them now. They did split that series 3 points each.
It's probably for the best they do split it 3 each. Both the teams are currently set on the top 5, I believe. If they're able to just hold those positions, that will mean they're qualified as top 7. So ultimately, they just need to make sure they get half the points from the rest of the games they do have. Big, obviously, they've only got 2 games left this season. They've played the most by a long shot. Yeah,
they have played an awful lot of games. Meanwhile, over on the A stream, that was Heroic versus... Oh, so Heroic? Yeah, Heroic at the bottom there. I've seen North. My brain's just lost my mind, Ben. It's been a very long week. Fnatic versus North. It was a split series, both of them walking away with some points, as well as FaZe versus Mouse Sports. So FaZe, a bit of an interesting one, considering how we've seen them play. They did finally win on Inferno.
Yeah, finally getting the win on Inferno, but 16-13.
Not good.
It's another weird one in regards to how they're playing. Like I mentioned the 16-14 results. That time 16-13, both maps, even on the map they lost. And further on in the day, you can see Heroic against Mouse. Mouse winning Train, but however, the second map's still underway.
Yeah, 9-3 now as it slowly goes up in increments. So head on over to the mainstream and watch that game. Find out how it is going to go down and how it will conclude, because we are done for the day here and we are done for the week. Finally, Benjamin, have you enjoyed yourself?
Yeah, I've enjoyed myself. It's been a bit of a turbulent few days, I suppose.
Yeah, we've been all over the place. We started off with Snods, we had a mid-portion with Jakey, and rounded it off with Ben. The transfers have done well, the super subs came in clutch, and the season looks great for the club. We'll see you next time from ESL UK.